I had a client that owns some restaurants, and he was just opening up his third restaurant, and he just had his second child, and he was dealing with lots of stress, financial, team, personal. And he was like, I'm so overwhelmed. And I asked him, I said, well, what do you do? What have you done in the past that's worked for you when you have felt overwhelmed? And he said, I used to meditate. He goes, it was a CD, he said. He said, I used to listen to this CD, and I had this space I would go and just relax and take some time, and it just helped me to get grounded. And I said, well, what happened when you did that? And he said, the days that I did that, he goes, I was so much better with my wife, with my kids. I was better making decisions in my business. He goes, I actually ate healthier. I made better decisions. Felt great. And then being the great coach I am, I'm saying, I got a great solution for you. How about you start meditating again? And what do you think he said? But I don't have enough time. So I worked with him, and I said, well, what are you really getting out of it? Because he had this whole thing, like he would take like 45 minutes. And I said, what's the core of what you get out of it? And he basically said it comes down to like these three things. And I said, well, what if you just did those three things? How much time would that take? He said, I could do that in 8 minutes. So we designed this like 8-minute meditation, and he also realized, maybe my rule is I don't have to be in this perfect space at my house and this whole thing, what he did before he had kids. Now it might be in the car before he walks in to the office, or the car in the driveway before he walks in to the house. But think about, do you have some rules of the way that things need to be in order for them to count that keeps you from doing them? One of my habits is I ask myself, what have I done today for my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness? And I used to have it. I was very intense. I've had some life experiences that helped me to shift this. But I used to have this whole spreadsheet. And I was working with a coach, and I had 14 things that I measured to the T that had to do with physical well-being, business activity, and reading, mental growth and my expertise, and continue to work on myself, time with my kids, date nights, all these things that I would measure. And it just got really heavy. And what I realized is it's just setting the intention and building the habit is more important than the length of time or the degree. If my goal is to connect with my wife, yes, in a perfect world, we're going up and spending the weekend with just the two of us up in the mountains. And we do that sometimes. But I also connect by making a quick phone call between appointments in a minute. So it's not always about it has to be a certain amount of time, or it has to be a certain rule, that it has to be a certain way in order for it to count. So think about what some of those rules are for you and how those may get in the way of your performance.